I'm Wayne Pollock. I'm a thought leadership ghostwriter, serving big law and boutique law firm partners. I help these partners build their practices and their prominence one word at a time. Let's talk about the value of attorneys' thought leadership discussing their philosophies toward solving certain legal and business issues as opposed to the tactics that they would use to solve those legal and business issues. For good reason, most thought leadership out there that's put out by attorneys and law firms discusses tactical approaches to certain issues, whether they're legal or business. Whenever an attorney or law firm is putting out content regarding a new case coming down or a new statute that might be enacted or an administrative agency action, they're usually going to talk about what to do now. Now that this decision's out there, now that this legislation is either out there or could be enacted, what to do now. There's also evergreen thought leadership pieces that concern how to approach certain issues, whether they're legal or business issues. There's value to that kind of thought leadership, and that thought leadership is a great way for attorneys and their law firms to build bonds with current and prospective clients and referral sources. But there's also value when attorneys publish thought leadership regarding their philosophies toward approaching certain legal issues and business issues. What I mean by that is discussing why the attorneys would take a certain approach and the merits of taking that approach, as opposed to simply talking about the tactics that they would employ to solve a particular legal or business issue. There are a number of benefits to approaching thought leadership from a philosophy standpoint as opposed to a tactical standpoint. One, you show clients and referral sources that you've thought deeply about a particular issue. There's no way that you have a philosophical view on how to approach a legal issue or a business issue if you didn't think about it deeply. You didn't think about how to approach that issue and the pros and cons of taking one approach versus another. You're also demonstrating to clients and referral sources that you have the knowledge, wisdom, and experience required to help them tactically solve their legal or business issues. If you have the philosophy, if you've developed a philosophy, that means you've had enough opportunities, enough at-bats regarding these issues to develop a philosophy. You're not just going in blindly and trying to parachute in and solve a problem on a one-off issue. You've thought about these types of issues before, and you've come up with this philosophy because you have experience, knowledge, and wisdom dealing with these legal issues or business issues, and you now know how to approach them. You can take a high-level approach and think about how to go about solving these issues, as opposed to, again, just coming in and doling out tactics, listing bullet points in your thought leadership. You also show clients that you are aware of the trends and developments either in your legal practice or in their industries. You are showing by having a philosophy that you're taking into account changing circumstances. You're taking into account a way to approach a legal issue or a business issue that's relevant today. You're not stuck in the past. You didn't just do this thing one time or solve this issue one time 5 years ago. Your philosophical view has to, if it's going to be credible, it has to reflect the current situation, the trends, developments that your clients are seeing in their industries, trends and developments that you're facing with your area of law that you practice. You have to be state of the art. You have to be on top of what's happening today in order to have a philosophical view that is credible and makes sense today. In addition, when you were talking about your philosophy for approaching certain legal issues or business issues, you are inviting people who share your views to raise their hand and come forward. You are creating a connection with those current clients or prospective clients who see the world in the way that you do and who can read your piece of thought leadership and say to themselves, wow, this attorney gets it, this law firm gets it. I've had trouble before with attorneys who get it, or I don't even need to shop around. I know this attorney, this firm can help me because look at how they're approaching the world. Look how they're approaching legal issues and business issues that I have. I know I can trust them to help me. Funny enough, it can also help repel clients who aren't going to share your philosophies, aren't going to share your views of the world, and who are going to be difficult clients who won't listen to what you have to say and won't actually follow the guidelines that you are suggesting. You can avoid a lot of headaches when your thought leadership discusses your philosophies and the clients say, oh boy, this people, this firm, this attorney, they're not for us. We don't agree. You've just saved yourself potential huge headaches down the road. Of course, from a marketing, business development, and branding perspective, when you talk about your philosophies for approaching certain legal and business issues, you are differentiating yourself from your competition and your peers. You are putting a flag in the ground and explaining, this is how we see the world, this is how we do things, this is how we suggest our clients approach certain legal issues or business issues that they might have. You are very much differentiating yourself. But talking about your philosophy regarding approaching certain business issues and legal issues can also help from a recruiting standpoint. You are sending signals out into the market that you are a type of firm, that your type of practice group sees the world a particular way, wants to approach its clients' legal and business issues a certain way. You're signaling to new attorneys from law school, mid-level attorneys, lateral partners, that they have a home here at this firm if they see the world the way that you see the world, and if they want to practice law and solve problems the way that you want to solve them and practice law, then they should come join you. Same thing obviously goes for staff as well. When people in the legal industry talk about thought leadership, they're often talking about tactics-based thought leadership that explains how to approach a legal issue or a business issue in light of some legal development or some development within society. There's a role out there for philosophical thought leadership that explains why an attorney or a law firm is going to take the approach it does, or does take the approach it does regarding various types of clients' legal issues or business issues. That kind of thought leadership, which is rare, is as effective, if not more effective, than the tactics-based thought leadership, because it allows attorneys and law firms to differentiate themselves from their peers and competitors, and even helps on the recruiting side of things. If you're interested in learning how to create relevant, valuable, and compelling thought leadership that revolves around your firm's philosophies for approaching certain legal issues and business issues, check out lawfirmeditorialservice.com. We have plenty of videos, blog posts, and podcast episodes that could help you do just that.